Good morning everyone. So today we are going to continue from page number 76, that is we are going to learn about state government. In the previous class we talked about the Constitution of India, and the Constitution of India provides that the government works at three levels, that is the central government, state government and local self-government. And it is also told that the powers is divided between the central government and the state government. So in the previous class we have already discussed about the central government. Today we are going to learn about state government. So state government is the government of a particular state. So here the government makes rules for the people of that particular state. And we know that at present we have 28 states and 9 union territories. So for all these states they have their own state government. In the central government we saw the functioning of the government. The same way the state government also functions. Central government consists of president as the head. Under him comes the prime minister, and under prime minister comes the Council of Ministers. Same way in the state government also, governor is the head of the state government. Under him comes the chief minister of a particular state, and under him comes the Council of Ministers. Now Council of Ministers are a group of people who are chosen by the chief minister, and different departments are given to these Council of Ministers. So this was about the members of the state government. We have already learned that the central governments have three organs, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. Same way we have three organs for state government also. Here the head of the state government is located in the capital city of that particular state. Now we saw the three organs of the central government. State government also have these three organs, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. Here you can see a flow chart. State government and its three branches or the three organs, that is executive, legislature and judiciary. So the main function of legislature is to make laws, and it has two houses, that is legislative assembly, which is also known as Vidhan Sadan or lower house, and the other one is legislative council or the upper house. Now it is compulsory for all the states to have this legislative assembly, that is lower house, and legislative council is an optional house. In India there are only 6 states which have this legislative council or the Vidhan Parishad, and these states are Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. So this is an optional house, and in India only 6 states have this legislative council, that is Vidhan Parishad. Next one is executive. Now the main function of this executive is to implement law, that is to put these laws into force and to make sure that these laws are obeyed by all the citizens of the country. It consists of governor as the head of the executive. Under him comes the chief minister, and under that comes Council of Ministers. And the third organ is the judiciary organ. Now the main function is to interpret law. Interpret law means to explain law and settle down disputes. It also makes sure that these laws are fair and equally distributed among all the citizens of the country. And if anything is done against the law, here the judiciary makes sure that it is corrected and the people who does not follow laws are punished. So these are the functions of judiciary. In a state, the highest court is the High Court, and under that comes the District Court and other courts. So this was about the three organs of the state government. The organs are legislature, executive and judiciary. As I have already told you that legislature is one of the organ of the state government, and its main function is to make laws, and it has two houses. Every state should have this legislative assembly, which is known as the Vidhan Sadan, and this legislative council is an optional house. So, only 6 states in India have this legislative council or the Vidhan Parishad. Now, let us see the composition of this legislative council. Here you can see 1/12 of the members of legislative council are elected by the University of Graduate. 1/12 are elected by the teachers of secondary schools, colleges and universities. 1/3 of the members are elected by the local authorities, and 1/3 of the members are elected by the members of state legislative assembly, and the remaining are elected by the governor of that particular state. So, this is the composition of legislative council. Now, as compared to legislative assembly, this is a weak house and it has very limited powers. Now, in your textbook, in page number 76, you can see zoom in. It's a piece of information. It is about a bill that is known as Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill, which was introduced in the year 2019. It means that before it was a state. Jammu and Kashmir was a state. After the passing of this bill, the state, Jammu and Kashmir state, is divided into 2 union territories. That is, first one, Jammu and Kashmir Union Territories with a legislature, and Ladakh Union Territory without a legislature. Now, let us discuss how a government formed in India. So, we all know that India is a democratic country where people elect their representative who represents them, and they form the government to make laws. So, in India, there are different political parties that contest in an election. In India, there are many political parties. As you can see here, few political parties with their symbols. That's why in India, it is known as multi-party system. Now, after election, when any single party wins, then it forms the government and it is known as the single party government. Now, sometime 2 or more parties wins the election and they join and form a coalition government or the alliance government. Next, we will discuss about Election Commission. Now, the main function of Election Commission is to make sure that the elections are held properly in a country. It also prepares voters list. Voters list includes the name of the voters who are going to vote for their representative, and it also issues them voters identity card. Election Commission also checks the application of candidates who are going to contest the election of various political parties as well as independent candidates. Next function of Election Commission is that it also allots symbols for various political parties. Election Commission also have the power to recognize any new party. That means recognize means to give identity to a new political party, or it can also de-recognize any present political party. So, these are few functions of Election Commission. Now, let us discuss about political parties. So, what do you understand by this term political parties? Political parties are the group of people who share similar opinion or views on any subject. So, they come together and forms a government. As I have already told you that in India there are different political parties. That's why India is known as the multi-party system. The party which is present in more than 4 states is known as National Party. So, here you can see an example, Indian National Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party. So, these 2 parties are known as the national parties. Next is the regional parties. Now, these parties are present only to a certain region. That's why it is named regional parties, and here you can see some of them with their symbols. So this was about the political parties. Next, we'll see how elections are held in India. So we know that India is a democratic country, and after every 5 years elections are held where people elect their leaders of both state governments and central government. Here you can see people standing in a queue with their voters ID card. After that, they check whether their name is there in the voters list and they cast their vote. So the whole country is divided into smaller units, which is known as constituency. And in each constituency, there are candidates from different political parties. For each constituency, an adult citizen means the citizens who are 18 years and above cast their vote for a single candidate of that constituency. Then the candidate who gets the maximum vote wins the election, and he or she becomes an MP. MP, that is Member of Parliament, when contesting for the union government, and he or she becomes the MLA, that is Member of Legislative Assembly, when they are contesting for the state government. Then the political party or the parties which have won the election forms the government, and it should have more than half of the seats of the legislature to form the government. Other parties are known as the opposition parties. Now these opposition parties have an important role because they indicate the fault or the mistakes of the present government if it does not work properly. So this was about the state government. There's an activity for you. The activity is from the activity corner, life skill. You can see in page number 80, there's a table, life skill table. So you have to complete the following table by referring to books or newspapers, and you have to fill it and submit in Microsoft Teams. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.